sorry I had to let you see his face. I'm so sorry!
No time for the face, cut the grass so I can see the snakes. Bitch, I see ya. Bitch, you know I see ya. I just bought a new drum for the chopper. I just bought a new drum for the chopper. In my trap house getting head, eating lots of real, recognize real, and your niggas is imposters. Nobody fuck with your music cause you garbage. You can't fuck with me and bitch that more than obvious. Used to keep all my dough in shoe boxes. Now we got bank accounts and we keys say deposits. High off the weed to serve, poor pop to say, flexing hard like a bodybuilder, like I won a Grammy. Make my first 50 rags trapping off the porch. Rock so big, smokers call them asteroids. Trap jumping like Jordan, real goon, sweeter boy. Whole team eating rough and rugged like a corduroy. It's your baby mama favorite, told her pay me, keep the pussy. Nigga better tell your bitch I call that whole look.
I just brought my bad bitch a couple sex toys. They caught the mule on the plane, that was a decoy. Oh, your bitch fell in love with a D-boy. I'm about to blow the fuck up, call me C4. I'ma tell a lie to the judge. Leave the courtroom and meet up with the plug. Bust it down in the tub. Couple homies saying cuz. They like, where you from though? It's still 20 blood. Ain't shit changed but the bitches. Fuck a nigga bitch like Derek Fisher. Trapping off my Instagram. The feds double tap my pictures. Hope they like a nigga filters. $2 million cash in the bins. My cousin gave me syrup, I've been hooked ever since. My cousin gave me syrup, I've been hooked ever since. If it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense.
I just bought a new drum for the chopper. I just bought a new drum for the chopper. In my trap house getting head, eating lots of real, recognize real, and your niggas is imposters. Nobody fuck with your music cause you garbage. You can't fuck with me and bitch that more than obvious. Used to keep all my dough in shoe boxes. Now we got bank accounts and we keys say deposits. High off the weed to serve, poor pop to say, flexing hard like a bodybuilder, like I won a Grammy. Make my first 50 rags trapping off the porch. Rock so big, smokers call them asteroids. Trap jumping like Jordan, real goon, Sweden boys. Whole team eating rough and rugged like corduroy. It's your baby mama favorite, told her pay me, keep the pussy. Nigga better tell your bitch I caught that whole looking.
Yeah, we are on right now. I got another video coming on in about an hour, but I decided to do a quick show on defunding the police. I don't know if y'all know that, but they had another riot in the city of Minneapolis because another nigga got shot by the police for resisting arrest or whatever going on. But they're over there looting and rioting and all kind of crazy shit, you know. But I want to get to the root of this. Remember when these Democrats on here talking about defund the police and take money from here and put it over there and stuff like that. They're not actually helping the communities because, you know, the black communities and things like that. I don't understand what's the difference between a black community and the white community because Hispanics live in black communities, so-called, and there's Hispanics live in white communities, so-called. It's black people live in white communities and it's white people live in black communities. I guess they're trying to say rich communities and poor communities. How is it that we are separating communities from color? Ain't that a bitch? We're separating from color nowadays, right? Now, I just want to get into this right quick. Now, remember Nancy Pelosi and her defund the police? We're going to refer to money. I don't know if y'all saw a couple of shootings that happened this week, but I'm going to go over a couple of shootings and killings and things that happened just this week. I'm not talking about a month ago. I'm not talking about 3 months ago. I'm talking about just this week. Let me get into it.
Chairwoman mentioned, this isn't, and as she has said and others have said, we want to work with our police departments. There are many who take pride in their work. Well,
she want to work with the police department. They're trying to work with the police department. While they have all the black people out there doing their crime, rioting, looting, and things like that, businesses getting destroyed and things like that, they want to work with the police. How's you working with the police? Won't you work with the police that help the community? And it's just not affecting black people with the burning and the looting and the killing. It's also affecting so-called white people because they own businesses and property and things like that. And so-called Asians because they also have businesses and property. And also Hispanics because they also live in these communities that all these rioting and looting and things happening. So when y'all place it on this black people, black people, black people, you take out everybody else that live in the community, have property or even business in the community. That's fucked up.
Jim, police say a lot of kids were hanging out in this parking lot Saturday night, that this shooting started over some kind of argument.
And look how young the kids are. These kids are killing each other at an early age. This is the story of a 12-year-old shooting a 15-year-old. Think about it. A 12-year-old carrying a gun, shooting a 15-year-old boy. That's 2 lives ended.
There's a Dave & Buster's not too far from here, and King's mother said that is where she dropped her son off, never guessing it would be the last time she would see him alive.
I had to plan my son's funeral today and pick out his casket.
Jakay McKnight says her son begged her to go out with friends on Saturday. It was later she got the call.
Miss McKnight, please don't be mad at me. That's what you said. Please don't be mad at me, and I'm not mad at you.
It was.
Look at this. This young man had to see his friend die, right? And he feel guilty because when the shooting happened, he went with his instinct and he ran. But he came back and see his friend shot. He tried to render aid and things like that. And now he feels guilty to the mother because he felt he ran off. Now look at the pain this young man will have to deal with for the rest of his life.
King's best friend, Assad. They grew up together here in Prince George's County. He told her he ran when the violence started, and he later found King on the ground in the parking lot.
All he kept saying was, don't die on me, bro, don't die on me. But Assad said, Miss McKnight, I checked his pulse on his wrist, I checked his pulse on his neck, and I took my sweater off and wrapped it around him. If this is not a friend right here, y'all, if this is not a friend, if these are not friends right here, y'all, they didn't leave my son to die. These are friends, and I...
Look at that pain. Look at the pain this young king will have to grow with because defunding the police, you don't have the proper security to enforce laws, and these kids are running around wild, looking at videos and hearing this on TV, and everybody want to be the next James Brown, everybody want to be the next killer, and they don't look at the consequences of these things. They don't look at what happens after the killing. Like, you don't have to spend the rest of your life in jail. You see it on the news, you see it on these music videos, you see it talked about on social media and things like that. You see it on the news being betrayed, and then you see it on the news that you're being protected. You're not the evil one. Ain't nobody who's doing these drive-bys and killing these little kids are being betrayed as thugs, as gangsters, and things like that. You know, it's just someone shot somebody or things like that. No one is. We need to protect the laws. We need to get the guns off the street. We need to get the police off the street. It's everything but protect the community. Getting guns off the street, legal guns, don't protect the community. Getting the police off the street doesn't protect the community. Look at this kid's eyes.
I'm grateful for them.
Police responded here to Ritchie Station Court around 10:15. King Douglas dead on the scene, and a second 13-year-old with stab wounds. Police say the 12-year-old...
Killing and stabbing. Shooting, that means it was guns and knives. Where in the hell kids think it's so dangerous you have to carry a gun and a knife to protect yourself? Think about it.
Boy from D.C., accused of shooting King, later came in with his mother and confessed. Police say he claims his friend handed him the gun.
And his friend handed him a gun, right? So the little kids are being influenced to do murder. I'll give you this gun, go and shoot.
The kids can't be kids no more.
Diamond Coley came to the vigil with her son Makai. At 13, he's now lost 4 friends his age to gun violence.
At 14, how'd you lose that many friends to gun violence? So now you have a boy that sat up there and saw his best friend die, and you have another boy who came to pay his respect that had other friends that died his age that he knew and grew up with.
He also knew Micaiah Wilson, Karan Brown, and Davon McNeil, all killed in D.C.
He has his moments where, you know, he'll just break down. So I don't know. Right now, we're just trying to figure it out. We thinking about therapy and things like that. Just trying to figure it out. It's really sad, though, that
you gotta send a 14-year-old kid to therapy. How sad is that? You gotta send a 14-year-old kid to therapy because he done witnessed so many murders of his friends. What is he thinking? When is he next? Can he go outside and play? Huh? Would he be able to go to school? Do he need a gun to protect himself? What is this little kid thinking at 14 years old?
these kids are so young going through things like this.
And we want to be able to make sure that the focus is on them.
Not on us, on them, right? Now you got a 12-year-old boy and a 14-year-old girl in the shootout. And you can't blame this on black people. This is white kids. So white people, you're going to have to accept this one. We may be rubbing off on y'all with this hip-hop, but evidently we rubbing off on y'all with these police shooting too. So this was some white kids evidently listening to hip-hop that shot at the police.
Developments in that shocking shootout between police in Florida and two children armed with an AK-47 and shotgun.
They have to assemble the AK-47 because the owner of the house disassembled the AK-47. They assembled the AK-47 to shoot at the police.
A young boy making a court appearance via Zoom, now charged with attempted first-degree murder. Victor Okendo is live in Miami with more on this shocking story. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Michael. The boy and the 14-year-old girl he was with are also facing armed burglary charges. This morning, we're learning more about their troubled past as she is still in the hospital and he makes his first court appearance.
Madam Clerk, what have we got?
The white boy, look at him. Y'all got to take this one. But these kids are out here watching this TV and thinking these things are okay. Because you have, just like a mass shooter or, a copycat shooter, or something like that. You have people who think it's okay to do these type of things, right? Defunding the police, now you brought the police down to a level that people don't even respect the law no more. The little kids don't respect the law no more. They're shooting at the police with an AK-47 and a shotgun like it's a video game.
That's the 12-year-old boy who was arrested after a violent, hours-long standoff with Central Florida deputies appearing in court via teleconference Thursday.
I'm going to order that you be held in secure detention.
In 3 weeks, he'll be arraigned for attempted first-degree murder and armed burglary charges.
Put the gun down now!
Deputies were forced to take cover as that boy and a 14-year-old girl allegedly opened fire from inside a house. The pair armed with a shotgun, an AK-47, and a handgun.
Appears the female has a long gun pointed toward me.
The Volusia County Sheriff's Office says the kids ran away from a children's group home Tuesday evening, then broke into that house and armed themselves with the homeowner's guns.
Look at how badass kids. Hey, if you on here and you white, you're going to have to take this one for the team. Y'all got to take this one. This is one of y'all's.
The sheriff's office says when the girl came out of the garage firing the shotgun in the deputy's direction, that's when they shot back, striking her. She's reportedly in critical but stable condition. Now,
who the hell they think they is? Romeo and Juliet? These kids are shooting at the police. OMG.
New details are emerging about the children's past.
The juvenile justice system is broke.
According to police, the 14-year-old girl was arrested and charged with starting multiple fires in April, but she was released back to her mom, then placed in foster care.
But there are many things we call
Look at them. They're not helping this community, but they want to talk about
on our police departments to deal with mental health issues, policing in schools and the rest, that we could rebalance some of our funding to address some of those issues.
Sadly, this...
Now, here go a 10-year-old. This happened last week. A 10-year-old, right? I think it was some type of dispute. They still investigating. It was some type of dispute. And somebody came through late at night and shot through the window of the house, killing a 10-year-old boy.
Little boy has been identified this morning as 10-year-old Justin Wallace. He was inside this house last night with his uncle when someone fired shots from the street through the window into the home. His 29-year-old uncle was shot in the shoulder. Police have just concluded this part of the investigation, opened the street back up, and the crime scene units have just left. It was just after 9:30 last night that little boy and his uncle were inside this home on the 300 block of Beach 45 Street here in Far Rockaway when someone fired into the street, from the street into the house. Citizen App video shows police responding. Justin was shot in the torso and taken to St. John's Episcopal, where he was pronounced dead a short time later. His uncle.
Look at that. When you can walk down the street now, everybody wearing a mask. The mask is making it more capable, or more, you can be disguised better, you know what I'm saying, when you're wearing a mask walking down the street, because you used to have to wear a ski mask, but now since a mask is accepted, you can walk down the street covering your face and look normal. You can rob shit. The other day, my grandmother, when we went shopping at the Ralph's down the street, you know what I'm saying, my grandmother was short on money, so she robbed the motherfucking place, then with the mask, came on, switched her mask, came on and went shopping. So it's people out here that with masks on committing crimes and trying to disguise themselves because you can wear that mask and hide your face and hide your features, right? So you can walk down the street and hide from cameras and things like that, and nobody can see your face, and it's accepted, it's legal.
Uncle was shot in the shoulder and is expected to survive this morning. Police did find shell casings outside the residence on the sidewalk.
More directly. But this isn't about that, and that should not be the story that leaves here.
Now we're just trying to figure
Now here go another boy that
out. We thinking about therapy and things like that.
No, it's not. It's
just trying to figure it out. It's really sad though that
after a man is shot and killed by law enforcement.
All right, now this is a story that happened in Minneapolis right here. This is a story that happened in Minneapolis, right? Now, it's funny how they make the story sound all sweet at first. They try to make the suspect or the person who got shot sound all sweet and a family man and caring and loving. They don't talk about what the type of person he is. They talk about the good side, but they don't say all the bad shit.
As groups gathered, Minneapolis police officers in riot gear patrolled the area, but we watched as some started fires. This dumpster fully engulfed in flames in uptown Minneapolis. Several buildings like Target and CVS had windows smashed as well. At this point, we know that people were taken into custody, but we don't know how many people were arrested.
And you don't know how many people were let go. Just because they was arrested don't mean they was let go. Because certain states have these defund the police and have these DAs and have these get out of jail free passes that if you go to jail for something less than a murder, a rape, or anything that's high quality felony, you can get right out, no bail. You know what I'm saying? So these people are going to jail for protests and things like that, which is not a violent crime, so-called, you know what I'm saying, and getting right back out in the street.
John Lordson talked with a property manager about his damage.
I'm kind of at a loss.
Right? But they don't talk. I mean, you don't matter because you're white and you're a business owner and you got money. You're supposed to be able to recover from everything. The burning, the looting, the closure of businesses and all that. You're white. So these are forgotten victims. He also a victim. Just because somebody got shot don't have nothing to do with his business. But he has to suffer the brunt of somebody being shot by the police wrongfully or rightfully or whatever, and he has to suffer the brunt of it. Him, his business, his family, and everything. Just because it's some people angry and don't know what the fuck is going on.
Protesters have closed down a major intersection in the uptown neighborhood of Minneapolis this evening. A group there includes family and friends of 32-year-old Winston Smith.
Family and friends of 32-year-old Winston Smith. Look how much the press make him look like a saint, right? And they scared to say anything wrong about the dude or harmful to his character because they scared of the backlash they might have. Oh, she's talking about, the news is talking about he's a thug, he's done this, the news is bringing up his past, so they want to bring up all his good qualities to make the police look bad.
Smith was shot and killed by members of the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force in a parking ramp yesterday.
It's really.
You heard Fugitive Task Force, right? He got shot by the Fugitive Task Force. If you don't know what the fuck that is, that means it's a group of people that come together from different parts of the police, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? And they come together and come with a force. FBI, DEA, you know what I'm saying? Wherever, ICE, wherever it may be, they come together and they come together as a force. And that's a fucking, and they're fucking, and when they come for you, they coming for you. They got the paperwork, they got the warrants, they got everything properly lined up. They're not coming for you on no almost or no guess or no maybe and no shit like that. They're coming after you. They're a fugitive recovery team, basically. They're like the pawn shop. I mean, they're like the fucking repo people of felonies.
Tiresome. Yeah. I mean, we've been through this, I think it'd be the 6th time now.
Now, you got 6 times you had a riot and your business was burned down. Every time you put your business up, open your business up, or anything like that, repair your business, it's being burned down, it's being broken in, it's being looted, right? Because somebody angry and other people take advantage of that anger and decide to be a victim, I mean, a person of the moment, you know, and go up and loot your store, burn your store, shit like that. Wait till it stop. A nigga get shot again, then guess what? They coming back in your store, even though you have nothing to do with it. You are a victim. The police can't protect you. Your government is not protecting you, right? The laws is not protecting you, and you can't protect yourself.
Since May 27th of last year.
The owner of Hennepin Lake Liquor told us he watched on his security cameras as a crowd gathered outside his store. They broke a window before police arrived and made arrests. The owner told us his business sustained more than $1 million in damages during riots last year.
$1 million, right, in damages. Can you imagine your business losing $1 million and you trying to come back and put up again and they do this shit again, right? And your government, right, is telling them, go ahead and do it. We're not going to protect you and we're not going to insure you and you better not protect yourself. You protect yourself from the shit, you're going to jail.
He's since added security measures to protect his building.
I got a call from my stepbrother.
You see, look at all these niggas out here. They look like a rap group, a gang, you know what I'm saying, a sucker. Look at all these niggas. You got niggas with braids and hats turned back with B hats and shit and chains and Gucci shirts and shit. Look at them. Look how they coming out here. I mean, this is not the best group of people to try to represent you. It wasn't no churches. It wasn't no community center. It wasn't your job. It wasn't really no family members that can vouch, right? You had a gang of niggas in hats and chains out here talking about we want justice. They been hearing all that shit the Democrats been talking on TV about suing the police and the police take responsibility and everybody getting money after your family member getting shot by the police. They want in too. My brother got shot. I don't give a fuck if he's wrong or right. I want the money. Huh? Look at these niggas. Like they coming out to talk about a rap album. You know, buy my album on the 3rd. We got a music video we're shooting right now. You know what I'm saying? Looky Pookie, what does your beef got to do with Little Ray Ray? Yeah, Little Ray Ray. I mean, this nigga like he shooting a music video. No type of rap. You got a t-shirt on. Your brother or whatever just died and you doing an interview with a t-shirt on.
Saying that the man that got shot was my brother.
There are now flowers where 32-year-old Winston Boogie Smith Jr.'s life ended on Thursday.
I saw the blood that they let drip down in the drain. This man had a family.
This man had a family. I saw the blood drip down in the drain. They made it sound like the police, it was a massacre. They done murdered the dude in cold blood, right? They making it seem like that. I done saw the blood run down the drain.
And he's just like anybody else.
He has 2 girls. He's just like anybody else, y'all. He's just like anybody else. He has 2 girls. Look at him, right? He's just like anybody else. He has 2 girls. He has a son. He has a family.
Down in the drain. This man had a family. and he's just like anybody else.
He has 2 girls and 1 boy. He has an older daughter that understands what's going on.
His social media posts show he had just finished having lunch on the Stella's rooftop.
Now he ain't got a daughter to know what's going on. He's just a regular man, right? He a good father, right? All that. All that, right? Good man, good father, good brother, all that. It was cold-blooded. He had the blood running down the drain, all that.
Across the street.
There's a camera on the 5th floor of the parking ramp. We want to see that footage.
Now, anytime, look, you're the average person, and everybody want to see footage now. So they can manipulate the story. And then you burn shit up and do shit before you even see the footage. Y'all done already looted, burned shit up and all that shit. Now y'all want to see the footage. Now you want to see the truth after you done rioted. Damage, stole shit. Now you want to see protesting. Now you want to see the truth. Why don't you see the truth and then do the shit?
Of what actually happened.
His brother and others here also want to know more about the law enforcement officials involved. They want all relevant evidence released.
They want all the evidence released. Look at that. Look what the Democrats done. Anytime you arrest a nigga now they want to get all the evidence on the arrest. Why he was arrested. Give me the background. Give me all this. Give me all that. Instead of understanding or trying to find out what the person who got shot done, they want to know everything the police done. Damn what the suspect done. I want to know what the police done. Fuck the mistakes or the things that was the suspect or the victim done to cause the police to react like that. I don't want to see that. I want to see if the police made a mistake, because the police is supposed to do everything perfect, everything at a due time. Shoot that person in the right spot, harm people. They're not allowed to make mistakes. But look at this.
It's here in this uptown parking garage that members of the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force opened fire on Winston Smith while he was in his car.
And why did they happen to open fire on Mr. Boogie?
It's unclear who fired first.
What the fuck you mean it's unclear who fired first? What kind of shit is this on the news? I'm pretty sure if the police fired first, he wouldn't have been able to get a shot back off after the police fired on him first. And if they fired on him first and he was able to shoot back, that means he already had a gun drawn, right? Because there's nowhere in hell, right, when the police say you're under arrest or whatever, you're going to be able to go to the go to your glove department, all that, while they shooting at you. How the fuck did he return fire? And I don't think it was just one single shot. It probably was a couple of rounds, right? This dude pulled the gun out on the police. I mean, he discharged it. He discharged it. How you gonna say? Look how the news twisted. It's unclear who fired first.
Fire on Winston Smith while he was in his car. It's unclear who fired first. What? The BCA, who is leading the investigation, says Smith fired his weapon from inside the vehicle.
Okay. Now he's firing back at the police. I mean, is that legal? Is that a self-defense call? If the police shooting at you, you allowed to shoot back? What did the police do to make you pull a weapon that you fear that you threatened? I mean, you were fearing for your life. What act did the police do? What did they say? Because you got to have some type of probable cause to pull the police or pull a gun out on the police and shoot. You have to fear your life was in danger, right? It has to be a reason why the fugitive task force came at you, because they're not no average people. They are fucking fugitive task force. That means you was a fugitive and their task was to force your ass back to jail.
Investigators recovered a handgun and found used cartridge cases in the driver's side area.
Used cartridge cases. That's multiple. So he was able to shoot at the police multiple times. Well, hell, that was a fucking shootout.
That I hope that it was justified. I hope that, it was the right reasons, and I hope that they made the right call in that situation.
You may not know, but nigga, I know you gay.
I want names, I want faces.
He want names, he want faces, he want all the justice. Look what he on the street demanding. I want names, I want faces, and that's not all.
I want experience, history. I want all of that.
He want experience, history. He want all that. He want to give it to Benjamin Crump. Benjamin Crump ain't taking this shit.
There was a warrant for Smith's arrest after he failed to appear for.
But look what your brother done. Look what this nigga brother done, y'all.
Experience, history. I want all of that.
There was a warrant for Smith's arrest after he failed to appear for a felony firearm conviction in Ramsey County on May 19th.
He had a felony arrest. He had a warrant, and a failure to appear. That's 3 crimes right there. Arrest for a gun, and failure to appear, and other shit. That's 3 fucking crimes right there.
According to court records, Smith also failed to appear for a probation violation on May 5th.
You also were supposed to turn yourself in for a probation violation. So you on the run for a gun case, probation violation, and all kind of shit. Missing court dates and all kind of shit.
For a 2017 aggravated robbery conviction.
Probation
violation on May 5th for a 2017 aggravated robbery conviction.
So now you on the run from another case, from a robbery case. Look, that's like 5 and 6 motherfucking crimes right there.
His 4-year sentence in that case was stayed and he was out on probation. Smith was also facing an upcoming trial in September for allegedly fleeing a police officer last fall, but his friends and family say a warrant for his arrest should not have led to the end of his life.
That didn't add to the end of his motherfucking life. All the other shit he done added up to the end of his life. If he wasn't on probation, if he wasn't fleeing for the police, if he didn't have warrants, if he wasn't supposed to be going to jail, the police had no reason to be looking for him, fucking with him, or drawing guns on him. Huh? Look, did you hear the nigga a record list for the shit he just wanted for right now? Not the shit he was convicted for already, the shit he wanted for right now.
With a handgun and found used cartridge cases in the driver's side area.
That I hope that it was justified. I hope that, it was the right reasons. And I hope that
I want experience, history. I want all of that.
There was a warrant for Smith's arrest after he failed to appear for a felony firearm conviction in Ramsey County on May 19th. According to court records, Smith also failed to appear for a probation violation on May 5th for a 2017 aggravated robbery conviction. His 4-year sentence in that case was stayed and he was out on probation. Smith was also facing an upcoming trial in September for allegedly fleeing a police officer last fall, but his friends and family say a warrant for his arrest should not have led to the end of his life.
Because he's a good dude. Look at all this shit. All this shit. They want to concentrate on one incident and they want you to forget all of his past and what he's capable of doing.
He was on a date. He wasn't out doing anything wrong.
He already did the shit wrong. Whatever he did, he was on a date. Whatever the nigga did wrong, he already did. He didn't have to be out shooting or robbing or anything like that to get arrested. If you have a warrant for your arrest, you're supposed to go to jail. You already did the fucking crime, idiot. He was just eating. Like, you know what? The nigga's on a date. Don't arrest him. Let's arrest him later when he commits another crime. He on a dinner date right now. Let him eat in fucking peace. What? Who cares if he with a woman? Who cares if he trying to get some pussy? The nigga got a warrant. He wanted. He got a felony. He on the run, probation, robberies, evasion, all of this shit. But you want the police to don't arrest him because he on a fucking date?
The end of his life.
He was on a date. He wasn't out doing anything wrong. He was in a public place with a lot of people around. Give him time to surrender.
There needs to be.
Well, how much time do they get? You want them to schedule his surrender? Hey man, nigga, what time do you want us to come arrest you? Well, I don't know. I'm finna get turned up about 5 o'clock. I'm finna go fuck her, you know what I'm saying, for about 30, 40 minutes. So that's gonna be at 6 o'clock. I kind of want to get turned up before I get arrested. So if y'all can come pick me up about 10, 15, 10:30, that'd be cool. You know what I'm saying? I'll be at the bar or at the weed spot or liquor store. One of them, you know what I'm saying? But call me and I would let y'all know where I'm at. If I need a little bit more time, I'm going to call y'all. I might run into another hood rat or this pot of cocaine might not wear off. but I will call y'all at about 10:15 to 10:30 and let y'all know where I'm at, and we can set up this arrest.
Something done about this.
Deputies with Hennepin and Ramsey County Sheriff's Offices serving on the task force shot at Smith, and at least one struck and killed him.
And we actually just...
And look what happens. Look. And every homicide, a murder or something like that of a black person, I want to see who get this in the chat, right? What person do they always bring out to talk about the person that died, to make everybody feel sorry? Who they finna bring out? Who she finna talk about? Brandy. Who she finna talk about? Jeremy. Who she finna talk about? Live Free. Died trying. Oh, I like that movie right there. For a pocket camel. I like that movie right there. The hood conservative culture. Who is she finna talk about right now? Oh, to make everybody feel sorry for the suspect or the victim, whatever you want to call it. Huh? Who's he gonna talk about? Do y'all know? I forgot this shit is delayed. I gotta see the things I'm in. Who gonna get the sympathy card? I gotta end this show because we gotta take a break because the other thing coming up. But let me put the daughter.
Just spoke with Winston's 7-year-old daughter. She was out here with her mom. She told us she misses her dad and that he's up in the sky.
Shit, that nigga ain't up in no damn sky. I can guarantee that. He ain't up in no damn sky. But you see how they were always bringing the daughter out? I talked to George Floyd's daughter, and she was a very bright girl. She said her daddy changed the world. Mo, my daddy's in a better place. No, the hell he not. The nigga on for robbery, running from the police, warrants. You can't tell me them the only crimes he got caught for. I know he done some other shit. He wasn't repenting. The nigga pulled out a gun right before he got shot by the police. The nigga didn't even have time to repent to even go to heaven. And the nigga wasn't living a righteous life. They was talking about he was a good father. They didn't say nothing about his job, his education, his work history, what he do for the community. None of that shit. Was he a good father? He just had kids. He had kids. And now his daughter's saying he's in a better place. He was never at home. He was always in a better place. He was never at home. Listen to this, right? Last story of the day, right? How Antifa do shit to Democrats, right? And they protest against Democrats. It don't make mainstream media because guess what? They don't want you to know motherfucker are mad at Democrats and protested against them too. They want you to think it's all Republicans. But look at this shit. It's all black folks. All Black Lives Matter. But it's Antifa.
DA brought felony charges against 10 people for violent protests and riots that occurred months ago.
Oh, look at all these motherfuckers. All these motherfuckers look sick. Look. Before I get up out of here, who is the craziest looking motherfucker on the list? Which one is it? Is it back? Look. It got to be between bachelor number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look, this motherfucker. I don't know if this is a man or a woman. Who is the craziest motherfucker on the list? Who's that? Salty refried beans say meth heads. All of them is meth heads. They all got the meth spots on, especially her right there. She been picking at her scalp and everything. Crack kills. You damn right, Brandy. Crack kills. But look at this.
3 people were charged in connection with vandalism at the Multnomah County Democrats' offices on Northeast Sandy Boulevard in November.
That mean they was protesting Democrats. Why none of this made mainstream media news when they was when they were protesting Democrats and Joe Biden?
6 others face felony charges for destruction on January 20th, Inauguration Day.
They were protesting this motherfucker coming in the office. They gonna keep these indictments on the low. They don't want you to know that people are protesting against Joe Biden becoming president. What the hell? I mean, I'm interested in what they were protesting, what they were saying about Joe Biden. We ain't heard shit. We heard Donald Trump a racist, stole the election, all this old shit. Why is Antifa protesting Joe Biden? I would like to know. Let Antifa talk.
When a group of vandals dressed in all black smashed windows and spray painted the Democratic Party of Oregon building. One other person is charged with breaking windows on April 23rd during a demonstration in downtown Portland. In several cases, arrests were made, but the charges were dismissed only to be refiled months later.
dismiss and refile. Do our dirty work, and we're gonna stab your ass in the back. You know what I'm saying? But you know why the cases are being brought back, right? You know why the cases are being brought back. All of a sudden.
In April, Portland police urged the DA's office to go back and revive some of these old protest cases.
We're seeing
you know why?
a lot of the same people at these events night after night after night.
Around the same time, Multnomah County DA Mike Schmidt emphasized that people who are destroying property and committing violence will be prosecuted.
The violence and property destruction we've seen in Portland for nearly 11 months now is unacceptable.
Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler asked the public to stand together and help take the city back.
Now, all of a sudden, Ted wouldn't want to take the city back. Now, the cases are being refiled. All the people he let out, now they're getting the cases refiled on them again. Huh? That was like a carrot stick. Look, we're going to let you do what the fuck you want to do, but when you start doing shit against us, that's when we're going to get your ass and we're going to stab your ass in the back. We didn't say protest against us. We didn't say do all that shit against us. That's why we let you get away with all that shit. But as soon as you do shit we don't like, oh, we got that stick over your ass. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't want to do the shit we like? Okay, we taking you, and you to jail. All you, but we were doing what you want. No, the fuck you didn't. Not all the way. Now your ass getting a case refiled on you.
Our job is to unmask them, arrest them, and prosecute them.
Recent court.
Now all of a sudden he tough on law now. You didn't want Donald Trump help all through the motherfucking summer about arresting the same motherfuckers. Now all of a sudden you want to arrest him, prosecute him, and what? Curse him, arrest him, and prosecute him. You weren't saying that last motherfucking summer? In the summer of love?
Filings suggest police have been relying on undercover surveillance, either near or within crowds demonstrating to make arrests. In unrelated cases, prosecutors describe using confidential informants, FBI surveillance units, and FBI agents in plain clothing to help identify those committing crimes during protests.
Snitches! Oh shit, we can't play that. We can't play none of that. Right. Well, we're going to be up out of here because I have another video coming on. The whole video to the Donald Trump evacuation vaccine. I don't want to say that word right, but I got the whole video of Donald Trump coming up in 15 minutes on this channel right here. So tune back in 15 minutes. You will see the whole Donald Trump video. I put 6 or 7 minutes up yesterday, but I got the whole 35-minute video up. The people said it's okay. I proofread it and all that shit. So come back in. I will be showing the video in another 15 minutes. I'm out. Or if you had enough, watch it later. I'm out, y'all. Come back.